everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Simplified. In this video, we shall be talking about Pundi X, a payment solution based in Southeast Asia that's looking to bring cryptocurrency to the mainstream. However, before I get into that, thank you all so much for the incredible support. We're almost at 800 subscribers. Let's keep this going, folks. Please keep telling all your friends about this channel. I'd love to have them on board. If you're new to the channel, what are you waiting for? Just click on that subscribe button. Click on the bell button as well while you're at it to get as many updates as possible from me. Before I get into this video, I'd like to reiterate that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just the research I would put in before I invest in any company. I would encourage you to do your own research before making any investments. This is your money after all. So having said that, let's jump right into this project. What is the problem that Pundi X are trying to solve? Firstly, not everyone knows how to use cryptocurrency wallets as well as trading on exchanges. Cryptocurrency is still techno mumbo jumbo to a lot of people around the world, and that's because you need some sort of technical expertise to use this. Of course, it's very easy to learn this if you give it some time, but if you really think about it, people are still arguing about whether cryptocurrency is real money or not. People don't even know that fiat money is just printed stuff that has an assumed value. So that's the state of the crypto world right now. You cannot expect people of all kinds to be using cryptocurrency just yet. It's still very much in the nerds ballpark. It's this lack of penetration throughout society that has resulted in very few physical locations where you can spend cryptocurrency. Of course, if you're lucky and you happen to live in a tech hub, then you can probably spend your crypto. However, for the rest of us, we can only really spend them online, and using cryptocurrencies in physical stores is still a pipe dream for us. Another aspect that stops people from spending cryptocurrencies is the volatility. If you make a payment, by the time your payment is approved, the value is probably different. And then lastly, cryptocurrency-based debit cards have been promised by a few companies, but none of them have actually delivered. Releasing a cryptocurrency-based debit or credit card is a lot easier said than done. So, how will Pundi solve these problems? Well, first up, they will have a multi-asset wallet that is focused on people who are not really too good with technology. They will also have cards, but these cards will not be issued by Visa or MasterCard. Basically, the whole point of these cards is to use them like a prepaid debit card. So they will work with the multi-asset wallet. So for example, your mom wants to buy stuff and you'd like her to spend crypto. Well, you can preload a certain amount of money from this asset to your card, give it to your mom, and she can spend it at any XPS device. What are the XPS devices? Well, these are the point of sale devices that will be given to companies so that they can use cryptocurrency payments at their regular point of sale. The Pundi X company will make sure that using their developer tools that this will not really conflict with the current ways in which companies do their accounting. Regarding the volatility, it is a big problem, and Pundi accepts that it is a big problem, and unfortunately it is an unavoidable problem. To solve this, they will take any hits with the volatility. So they will take a snapshot of when your payment is done, and in the 2 minutes that it'll take to handle your payment, if the price goes up or down, Pundi will ignore that and they will give you the payment that was promised. Over a large enough sample size, this volatility will probably even out, so it'll just not be a big problem in the long term. And lastly, for retailers not big enough to need an XPS device, there will be an app so that they can still get in on the cryptocurrency transaction game. Having said all this, there is a vision that the Pundi X founders are working towards, and it is this. Their mission is to make buying cryptocurrency as easy as buying bottled water. They want to position themselves as the Walmart and 7-Eleven of cryptocurrency. Therefore, they want users to buy and sell cryptocurrencies as well as use them anytime, anywhere. So this is how they want to position themselves, not just within their region, but globally. So let's look at their other goals as well. Firstly, they want to make cryptocurrency accessible for non-techies. I've said this before, but this is a very, very important part of this. Of course, we have a very small but highly passionate group of cryptocurrency enthusiasts right now, but this is not a very large group. We are only a few million people worldwide, and there are about 7.5 billion people in the world. So of course, there's a lot of room for this to grow. We cannot rely on everyone putting in the hours and learning about this. the best thing that we can do is make it easier for them to use this without knowing that they're using this. Since such a key part of their business model are the XPS devices, they've ordered a whole bunch. They're going to be manufactured in Shenzhen, China, where basically all high-tech devices right now are being manufactured. 4,000 will be shipped in Q2 of 2018 and 20,000 more have been ordered. What they want to do is give these devices for free to shop owners in Indonesia. This is an Indonesian-based company. They want a lot of adoption in their country first before moving out. However, they have done some conferences in Sao Paulo, Brazil, because of the amount of interest being expressed over there. They're hoping that they will have 100 million users in 3 years. That's a very, very big number. But you got to realize that Indonesia are one of the largest countries in the world, and the Southeast Asia region has a lot of people. Honestly, hitting 100 million users over China, Indonesia, South Korea, Japan, the Philippines is not really going to be a big problem. However, their really lofty goals are joining the 3 Comma Club, 1 billion users by 2026. They also have a partnership with OneChain, and their goals for that are also really high. They want a super financial market. So having spoken about the goals, let's talk about the team that's setting these goals. We have 4 members of the core team. These are the 4 leaders who will be helping with the strategic direction of this team. While all have a lot of experience, good level of qualifications, unfortunately, barring the CEO, they do not have a lot of top-level multinational corporation experience. Since their goals are strictly global, I think that's a bit of a stumbling block. I've attached all their LinkedIn profiles so you can check them out, but regarding the strength of the team, I'm sitting on the fence. So that's the team. Let's look at the token. There's a token swap happening right now. This token swap will happen for another few months. They're swapping from their ERC20 token to a NEM token. I haven't really looked at the NEM blockchain a lot on this channel, but seeing that they are trying to create these sort of ecosystems, get more on that later, I think NEM deserves a bit more attention than it's currently getting. Of course, it's a top coin. It's in the top 10. It's been in the top 10 for a very long time, but I haven't really seen too many YouTubers talk about them in a very intense way. This ongoing token swap will result in an increase in the number of tokens, with 1 old token resulting in 1,000 new tokens. The token will serve as a utility, not a security, so it will be used for transaction fees as well as for actions within this ecosystem. Of course, the use cases will increase as the size of this ecosystem as well as the number of partners increase as well. At the ICO, 50% of the tokens were locked up. However, 10% of those 50, so that's 5% of the total tokens, were released every month since. So we currently have a fairly large circulating supply. However, because of this token swap, we don't really know how large the circulating supply is. So any figures based on this would be speculation based on past performance. We do not have any exact numbers. It's just guesstimates. Talk of an ecosystem leads us quite nicely onto the next slide, which is all about the XPS Consortium. This is a group of companies aiming to merge blockchain, loyalty, and payment gateways to make a cryptocurrency-based economy in Southeast Asia. So it's a partnership between the Tech Bureau Corporation, which is a major NEM think tank, as well as a project by Absolutely Inc., based in the Philippines, called LoyalCoin, which is a cryptocurrency-based loyalty program. The third major player, apart from Pundi X, are the Dragonfly FinTech solutions, and these guys are going to solve the back-end problems. If you folks are interested in hearing more about these individual players within the consortium, do let me know in the comments, and I'd love to talk about them in future videos. As I mentioned in my introduction, there have been other companies that have promised cryptocurrency-based debit cards. And these are the competition that Pundi X is up against. And these 2 companies are 10X and Monaco. There have been lots of broken promises regarding these 2 companies. Namely, no one has received the cards yet. The CEOs of both companies have shown us demonstrations on how their projects work, but no one in the real world has managed to use them just yet. So there is a huge opportunity for Pundi X to come in and actually give people a working product, and as a result, leaving these guys behind in the dust. That leads us on to a comparison between these three projects, because you got to compare the competitors. And Pundi X are really taking this market by the throat. Monaco and 10X have both been hit really, really hard by their false promises. 10X was a top 20 coin at one point in time, and now they have really fallen hard. If you're comparing the market cap, it's boys versus men. Pundi X are really serious about coming in and taking over this space. If you'd like to look at the numbers in more detail, I won't talk about them one by one. You can always pause the video and check it out. I should be moving on to exchanges. And the thing is, Pundi X is only listed on low volume exchanges. This has a double-edged sword kind of effect, because maybe because of the low volume, the price is still really low. Or maybe the price is too high because the difference between the sellers and the buyers is really high and the sellers hold the cards. It'll be interesting to see what will happen when this asset gets listed on a KuCoin, a Binance, or a Bittrex, because then there'll be much more exposure, much more access, and a lot more people will be getting involved. While I don't know too much about CoinRail, they only have trading pairs with BTC. I prefer to buy with Ethereum, and unfortunately, IDEX has a $50 minimum buy-in for a taker. I will probably spend more than that, but I will not spend that much on every single trade. While my total purchase will probably be more than that, my individual trades will be significantly less than that. I'll probably make 10 to 12 different buy points and hope that all of them will get filled. This is just to help average out my expenditure. I stagger both my buy points and my sell points, so I shall also be giving my sale targets the similar sort of treatment. So through elimination, it looks like I'm going to have to buy this stuff on Bancor. I currently do not own any Bancor, nor do I own any Pundi X tokens. So this is something I'm going to be doing after uploading the video. I'm still waiting for a bit more of a pullback. In this video, I won't be able to talk about my prices though, because we don't really have any information listed on TradingView. And I don't really want to use the Bancor prices as a definitive entry and exit points, because like I said, the volatility is still very low. So that's all the info I'd like to give you on Pundi X. If you think I've missed out anything important, do mention that in the comments, and I'd like to address them in a follow-up video if I have missed anything major, of course. So let's have a quick summary on the pros, the neutrals, and the cons of the Pundi X project. Firstly, I think we have three really solid pros. The use case, as well as issuing their own hardware, as well as just the sheer bad performance of the competition, makes this space a really promising one for Pundi. Issuing their own cards rather than issuing them through Visa on MasterCard will really be a promising thing, because they have the infrastructure in order to make this work. Their company vision of being a dominant player is something that's very admirable, and since they have a lot of fintech partners in Southeast Asia, that will not be a problem to execute. Like I mentioned, their ecosystem is going to be a very promising one, because this is all based on usability. Next up, the neutral points have me, of course, sitting on the fence and neither positive nor negative, and I think the token use, the exchanges it's available on, and the team all fit in this category. Lastly, the thing I'm least optimistic about is the market cap. The market cap is at about 500 million USD. I don't tend to invest in companies whose market cap goes up so high. If the market cap drops to between 300 and 400 million US dollars, I will be more tempted to buy. However, if this company really takes off, if their adoption is really as effective as they are aiming it to be, then maybe I'm going to look like a fool for waiting. So just in case, I will go for a small punt, put some money in, just to make sure I do not miss out on any upside price action. Of course, I will be putting my serious buy orders a lot lower. So that's it from me. I do hope you folks enjoyed this video. Do leave me a like if you did. Do leave some constructive criticism if you didn't. If you're going to put a downvote, folks, please tell me why you put a downvote. I'd love to improve my content in order to make sure that you folks really love every single video I upload. If you're new here and you like my content, why not subscribe? And if you're a long-time subscriber who hasn't yet clicked on that bell button, what are you waiting for? I'd love to have you on board, and I'd love you to get notifications of every single upload that I make. I don't upload too many videos, but I want to make sure that the quality of each is completely up to your standards. So that's it from me. This is Marv from Crypto Simplified signing off. You folks take care. We will catch up very, very soon. Laters.